Journey log is a crucial part of the application as it is the place where we enter all the post-flight data. Today we will talk about how to fill it in and some additional options. To open the journey log, first we need to select the flight, and in the right panel we have to go to the tab Flight Watch and Journey Log. We'll see at the top there we have two tabs, the first one being Flight Watch and the other one Journey Log. As you can see, the whole panel consists of two sections, the mandatory field and the optional field. The mandatory section determines the status of our journey log, which means it determines the color of this dot. Only these fields have to be filled in for us to be able to save the journey log and for it to be a source of many reports and FTL calculations that we find in the tab Crew. Okay, some of the reports, let's for example take the custom flights list. In the filter have the data source. If you click at the drop down, you'll see plan only available, journey logs only. That means this report can be based on either the schedule only, the journey logs only, or both, depending what's filled in. The option available and journey logs only takes data from the journey logs that have the mandatory section filled in. So it is very important to fill in the required fields in journey log if you want to use the report and if you want the data in them to be accurate. Okay, let's go back to the schedule and we will go through the main features of the journey log. Okay, let's go from the top. This icon allows us to clear all the changes that we make in the journey log. This crossed aircraft icon allows us to cancel journey logs as if the flight has never taken place, for example due to weather conditions or in some sort of an emergency. When you click on it, you can enter the description and save. That way we know the flight didn't take place without removing it from the schedule. To bring it back, simply click back in. The status dot reflects how far along the journey log is filled in. So right now it is red, the journey log is empty. We wouldn't be able to save an empty journey log. It can also be orange, that means we have the flight times filled in, and green if we have all the necessary information. Okay, the date, the departure airport and the destination airport are filled in automatically from the schedule. The times, we can either copy them from Flight Watch, given that the Flight Watch has been filled in, either manually or by Eurocontrol or movement email. So let's have some times filled in. We can see the dot has changed its color to orange. Now the maximum flight level, this is a mandatory field because it is used in cosmic radiation reports. This data is very often required by authorities, therefore it has been made compulsory. Here we have the fuel values. Leon only accepts weight values, so kilograms or pounds. These are set for a whole fleet in operator settings or in individual aircraft editing panels for each aircraft separately. And it's up to you if you want to enter the values in weight units straight away. Alternatively, Leon offers a conversion system. When you hover the mouse on any of those, you will have the instructions on how to convert the units. For example, if we enter 3000 L, which is 3000 liters, Leon will automatically convert 3000 liters into kilograms, in this case, as we have chosen kilograms for our unit. So let's put 3000, that would be 3000 kilograms, and if we add L, Leon will convert it automatically. The conversion can be also a bit more complicated. We have 3000 liters at 24, which means 3000 liters at 24 degrees Celsius. You can see that underneath where it says where, we have some default types. So if you put 3000 liters at 24, Leon will recognize 24 as 24 degrees Celsius. As we can see here, it says Celsius default. In the optional section, we can decide what items we need. In order to do that, we have to go to the flight editing settings, but first we have to save the changes that we've made already. Okay, we can go now to the settings icon, and in the section flight, we go to flight editing. In the second section here, we have the journey log items. All the items that you select here will show automatically on a journey log when adding a new flight. Okay, we have already some selected for our operator, so we can go back to schedule and we can go through them. We can enter the journey log by clicking on the journey log status dot. Okay, we started to fill in our journey log. We can now go through the optional fields. So uplift works the same way as the other fuel fields. Landings, very useful for training and simulators. If there are 3 landings on a training or simulator flight, Leon will include that in the 3 takeoffs and landings currency. The pilot flying, also very important for the currency calculations. You can select or enter the code of only one. However, if there was a different pilot starting and a different pilot landing, you can insert the other code after slash. Now Leon will calculate the currency for both of the pilots. The distance, you can see each of the items has a tooltip explaining, so if you're ever not sure, you can just hover the mouse over the question mark, and in this case it will remind you that this is the actual distance from Luton to Berlin, not the Great Circle distance. Delay code, here we enter the format code number / time in minutes. So for example, that would mean that we have the delay of 20 minutes due to mail late positioning. You can set up your own custom delay codes. We do that at the same place where we selected the optional fields. So again, if we go to the settings, yes, flight editing, and we scroll to the bottom, we'll see a section custom delay code. So the first 6 codes are for you to customize, and in here we enter the description. So in this case, the explanation for code 01 would be test. Let's see if that works on the actual journey log. 01, that says test. So you can customize the first few codes as you wish. The nighttime, Leon can calculate the nighttime for you. It will be done automatically, or you can edit it by hand as well. The PAX number is taken from the schedule, but of course can be edited as well. We have a distinction between males and females. Also we can have children and pets, all that depending on the settings you choose in the operator settings. The cargo load in kilograms, discretion, if there's a command discretion used on the flight, we can tick this box. Notes and the rest facility for augmented crew. These are according to the operational manual implemented in the system. You can select that if you've got augmented crew. De-icing, if there was de-icing on the flight, and in case you don't have the total aircraft hours and the total aircraft cycles filled in for all the past flights, journey log will remind you of that with this message. Okay, so that's it for the journey log. For any more detailed information, please refer to our online manual or contact our support team.